Right, welcome back. Video number 7 of making a cool game in Unreal Engine. Last time we kind of did some more kind of rotating component platforms. These are the white ones here. What I want to do though is start to differentiate the kind of different parts of my level, just to make it look a bit more colourful, just to jazz it up a little bit. So this episode we're going to look at how to just make and assign some materials to these various different bits of our level that we've got. So down here in the content browser, let's go into our content folder and let's make a new folder and call it materials. And the way I like to liken this is we are a painter and we are getting all of our paint ready to paint our level. So if I go into the materials folder, we're going to right click and we're going to go create basic asset and material. And we're going to imagine what colour we'd like this to be. So let's start with red. This is my red material. Let's go into here. And this opens up what looks like a blueprint editor. It's actually the materials editor. Oh, let's bring that back. There we go. It's actually the materials editor. But it works in the same way that Blueprint does in the guise that we've got nodes and we drag nodes to other nodes to make them do things. In this instance, though, we don't really need to connect anything up. We're just going to edit this colour node here, this material node here. The first option is our base colour. So we can just click on this grey square and we can just pick a colour from our colour picker. And let's make this a nice red colour. Press OK. That will update the preview over here. And we can just click save. And we can close out of this and let's do another one because it was updated here as well. Right click, new material. Let's call this one blue. Double click, click on the base color, and then let's make this blue. Pick a nice shade of blue. That will update. We can press save. Close out of that. Let's do another one. Material. Let's make this, let's spice up, but let's make this shiny green. Open this up and we're going to pick a nice green colour. A bit darker. There we go. I like that. I call it shiny green, and at the moment this isn't very shiny. So we've got some other controls here. We've got metallic, we've got specular, we've got roughness. So we often relate shiny things to be metal or metal things to be shiny. So if we turn up this metallic value here, let's set it to 0.7. We can see that it's got a little bit more of a sheen to it, but if I turn the roughness value down to 0, we can see that's got almost reflective, almost like a mirror. If I turn it down, let's turn it down to about 0.4. Again, it's still reflective. If we can turn it up to all the way to 1, it is hyper reflective. Let's save that. And there's our shiny green material. Let's make another one. Material, let's call this yellow. And let's make this yellow, but let's make this super rough. Let's turn the roughness all the way up to 1. And that will update, hopefully. And that makes it ultra matte. The opposite of reflective, really, really like dulled and matte. So now we've got these colours, I can drag and drop these onto some of the objects in my scene. If I want to make this first platform over here blue, drag and drop, and it becomes blue. Let's make this second one red, and let's make this third one yellow, and let's make the fourth one blue again. So we've got a kind of little sequence of different colours. I want to, though, let's make these obstacles all that shiny green colour. If I drag and drop this onto that obstacle, nothing's happening. Nada. That's because it's a blueprint. So we need to go into the actual blueprint of that model. So if I go to the content drawer down here, You can see I can have two stacked over each other if I want, and I can click dock, and it'll kind of go away again. Let's go to content. We've got our rotating platforms. Let's go into our rotating beam first. Go into our viewport. Zoom out a bit. Let's click our cube here, and we can go down here and look for that material again. Where are we? Materials. And you'd think, well, we could just drag and drop it in here. We can't, because it's Unreal Engine being Unreal Engine. We need to, if we're going to drag it anywhere, drag it over to the materials section in the details panel. So if you look over here, you've got materials. At the moment, it's set to this boring element 0 white. If I just drag and drop that onto here, though, we can see it will take that on to be that shiny element 0 color. And I can compile that and save that. What I can also do, though, is if I know the name of that material, I called it green. Let's go into the second one, rotating pole. Go into the viewport, click the cylinder. Let's make this box a bit bigger so we can see what it says. If I click on where it says basic shape material, if I just type in the word green, it will just search out that shiny green material that we made, and I can save it and assign it. And let's do the same with this rotating spinning platform here. Find the material, and let's call it green. And that will also be that shiny green colour now. Compile and save. And now if I go back into my game, now I've got all of these wonderful, colourful colours to play with. And I can have a go on this and try not to fall off it. There we go. And I'm going to go back again. Onto the green platform. Lovely. No, it fell out of the world. You get the idea. So now we can just add some very basic, simple colours into our game engine. See you for the next video.